stream. I don't think this is going to be a super long video, just for the sake that I do have somewhere to be. It's so funny because how I typically go about life, I have my options. So when one thing doesn't work out, I already have my plans for something else. So I'm over here thinking, I'm like, okay, do I want to do much to my face? Then I'm like, I'm not 100% sure how this first option is going to go. Because where I have to go, I've never been to this place before. And I just don't desire to have my time wasted. And then I'm like, I could just go and run my errands instead and just stick to my original plans. So I have options. It's good to have options, okay? And I always say this, I do my makeup, but then I just don't feel like taking it off. Hi, Ty, how are you? Happy New Day. Happy New Day, Happy New Day. It is beautiful outside today, as a matter of fact. So I'm actually very happy about that. I'm driving, but hi. LOL, where are you headed? And also, I'm trying to see, I have to be out of my house in 30 minutes because there's always random traffic. But we knew that already. We're in Atlanta. We knew that already, right? Okay, boom. Okay, boom. So while I'm doing like a quick thing to my face, I'm just going to do some concealer, blush, and honestly, it'll be fine. I think it's the powder, my setting powders, that makes me not care to do my makeup sometimes, if I'm being honest. I think it's really that. As a matter of fact, I need to get my powder out of my purse. Because I have powder in my purse. I went to a wedding yesterday, you guys. I had a great time. My phone moved back. I had a great time. I haven't been to a wedding in a year. I have so many friends that are getting married. As a matter of fact, like so many. One of my girlfriends just got engaged actually in Vegas. So I love that for them. They've been together since we were in high school. And I graduated in 2019, okay? So I just love it. I love that people in my community, young people at that, are getting married, having families. You know, they're just in prosperous, abundant, loving energy because it's projected that don't be happening. And it's funny because somebody told me, they're like, do you think it's a sign that you're going to get married? And I'm like, well, duh. But I'm not pressed for when it happens, you know. But the title of this live is When They Ask Why I'm Single. And that's because I made a video about that. Because this guy, I get asked all the time actually though, but specifically this guy asked me, he was like, so why are you single? I can't believe that you're single, da 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 da. And I just think as women, we get told that all the time. Because they're just going off of, oh, like, you're like super pretty, you look good. Because you look good, you shouldn't be single, right? And I'm like, well, a lot of people end up single because people look good. That's why they cheat and stuff. Because of like lust and everything. But I said in my video that I am single because people just lack integrity. Everybody is not like that. But for technical reasons, technically the people that have tried to pursue me lack integrity. So that's why I'm single, because the people that have tried to pursue me lack integrity. And because I listen to Shira 7 faithfully, If you know, you know. We love Shira 7. And I've read some books along my life path as well. And you just mature, and then you allow yourself to really pay attention to people's behaviors and what they say versus what they do. And you just, I need more of this concealer. I'm sad. I wonder if I have more in here. Let's see. I have a lot of stuff in here. I don't think the concealers, no. I have one in my other bag, but I don't feel like going to get it. But yeah, when you really start to understand that you have to honor how people act versus what they say, I don't know. Yeah, I just think that's a very important thing to understand. And listening to Shira 7 faithfully has helped me to really understand that actions 100% speak louder than words. And then, unfortunately, a lot of people will cosplay like they like you when they really just want something from you. And then they try to project onto women that we're the ones that just want something from the man. But it's like, my question is, if women weren't having sex with men, why would you guys be in a relationship with women? And that's like a question that you really just have to like think on when I ask it, because like, I don't know, men and women are different. Men and women are different. There can be genuine guys out there that will genuinely appreciate and love a woman for who she is, right? And then there's men out there that will say, you know, they actually value women that bring more than just that, right? But if we're talking about the standard man, at the end of the day, everyone's going to want to have sex with somebody. So if women weren't offering that, they probably would end up just gay. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just trying to be like logical, I guess. If women weren't offering it up, men would just have sex with each other. So that's why I say that men can cosplay like they really care about you or like you or whatever. And I'm not saying all men. I'm just saying that unless the guy really, really likes you, he's going to cosplay like he does like you so that he can get what he wants from you. And then there's a 50% chance he'll stick around, and there's a 50% chance he'll go ghost. There's a 50% chance that he'll stick around and just be your friend. There's a 50% chance that he'll go ghost or just choose to show up when he wants to. It can go either way. But to protect yourself as a woman, don't compromise your time, your peace, or your yoni. You don't have to compromise that just because you don't know how someone genuinely feels about you. And just for me being around men as well, they also understand that they can have the easy way out of things. Like, men literally talk about how easy it is for them to get away with stuff or receive things from women without putting in much effort. Like, if you really just allow yourself to hear what men say, they literally glow about how they can receive the most for least. But for some reason, it's been projected onto women that is wrong for us to receive the most for least. And then that's when I question, why is it such a negative thing for women to receive the most for least, but for men it's okay? And that's the type of stuff that Shira makes you think about. And that's why I love Shira a lot, because she just makes you think about things from another perspective. You said, OMG, I can't say what I want right now. Why not? You're so beautiful and pretty. Thank you. Why can't you say what you want to say? Yeah, you have to pick up your babies. Aw. Best parent, best parent. But yeah, no, like, if we're just being completely honest, why is it projected onto women that it's so wrong and we're using men for money and we're 304s? Like, if you guys go on my video and look at the comments, even on TikTok, like, and it's so funny because I'm a troll. Somebody asked, like, are you in a submarine? I said, yep. Somebody commented 304, like, ho, and then I said 143 for love. Somebody on my TikTok was like, you're probably single because you want to be. And then I said, correct. I want to be single because the persons in question lack integrity. So yes, I want to be single in that stance. And then also understanding that it's okay to be aware that not everybody is going to be your one. I think as women and little girls and just looking at fairy tales and stuff like that, we see like, oh, this person, like love at first sight, da 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 da. And then as humans, we desire intimacy, we desire quality time, we desire human connection. Hence why everybody is saying how before COVID, life was so different. Because before COVID, people were in community. But then I also have a theory that you create your community at the end of the day. Community shouldn't be based on what the government says or what they choose to do on the world, but that's another conversation for another day. Overall, I would just love for people to realize that you make your own choices and create your own life. People do that every single day. Streamers are a great example of that. People are becoming millionaires just seeing them just do whatever on camera. But, you know, with that also comes a lot of responsibility because you got a bunch of random people putting in their 2 cents into what they think they know based on what they choose to show you. But I'm such a Gemini. I start talking about other stuff and I forget the main point. Everyone have a safe and blessed day. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Jim, for spreading that energy to everybody. No, it's a very beautiful day outside. It was really beautiful yesterday, actually. I just had to have the windows down listening to India by Lil Durk. Like, I was in a vibe yesterday, y'all. I was in a vibe yesterday. But yeah. As I was saying though, as little girls, we see fairy tales and love at first sight, and then as humans, you know, we crave human connection and things like that. So a lot of times we can allow that to cloud our better judgment when it comes to who we talk to. And I learned a beautiful lesson that just because someone might have a great personality does not mean that their character is in alignment with their personality. And I said this last year. I had to learn, like, somebody's personality is not the same as their character. That's why I'm saying, like, people be cosplaying. And I also like to say it's mental rape. That's my word I created, mental rape. I think you're mentally raping somebody if you acting like you like them and then you have sex with them and then you just go ghost on them. That's so fake. That's why it's important for women to honor their needs. And then also when you look at it from this angle, why, again, just like how they project that it's so wrong for women to desire the most for least, like with men. When you look at it from this other angle as well, why do men care so much to protect their wallet or their money? And we're not talking about the men that are generous, the men that are wealthy, that know that whatever they give out comes back to them. They have an abundant mindset. People in general, you don't have to be a millionaire to have an abundant mindset or abundant energy. Before all these materialistic things were here, abundance is an energy that's within all of us as just beings having this human experience, right? So y'all hear Peppa crying. Peppa. But hold on, y'all. Peppa is whining. Here, you can come. But yeah, we're not talking about, when I ask that question, I'm not talking about like men that are generous or people that are generous, people that know that they can give a girl something and they don't have to worry about whether or not they're gonna lose out of something. It's like basically people being generous because that's their spirit, not because they're just like, oh, I'm just gonna give this girl this just so I can have sex with her, or whatever my intentions are. That's not genuine. They're not basically counting what they do for you in return for something, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I know I probably said that weird, but I pray that makes sense. We're talking about the people that be like, well, what do you bring to the table? Or there was this guy I was hanging out with last weekend. Cool people. But when I was talking to him, right? I'm not going to get into big detail. But he basically was like, I'm not a trick, I'm a good guy. And I'm like, well, I love the song Trickin'. In the beginning of the song, they literally say, trickin' if you, it ain't trickin' if you got it. Like, it's because it's not. Your favorite rapper literally talks about providing for women. Your favorite singer literally talks about providing for women. Being a provider has nothing to do with tricking. That's another conversation too. I told somebody, I'm like, a lot of men with that mentality, I'm automatically unattracted to, because being a provider man by nature doesn't make you a trick. That's just being chivalrous doesn't mean you're tricking on somebody. In that case, because he was saying that he will give to his boys. He said that he will give to his boys, right? And that's amazing that you will provide for your boys. Do you see yourself a trick? Do you call yourself a trick? Are you a trick for the boys then? If we're going off of what you just told me, does that mean that you're only a trick for your boys? If you think that tricking is the same thing as just providing, okay, so you provide for your homeboys. Does that make you a trick for your homeboys? You see, Shira gets you to look at things differently so you ask the right questions, okay? But I also told another man, I'm like, men that are generous by nature, they don't even use the word trick. They don't even say that out of their mouths. You will never have a conversation with the word trick with a man that's just generous by nature. That will never even come about. He probably won't even look at himself that way. He's going to be like, oh, well, I'm a man and you're a woman. This is just what men do. There's men that can acknowledge that they are tricks because that's what they enjoy doing. Okay? There's different layers to this, you know? But, okay. I'm about to answer your questions now. You said, how do you deal with hate? I deal with hate by trolling the people that are spreading it. Yeah, I deal with hate by trolling the people that want to share that. I also just delete things I don't desire to see. I delete comments that's just unnecessarily mean. Oh no, I sprayed my face before I put my powder on. Oh no. I know I was forgetting something. But yeah. I deal with hate by just not dealing with it. Honestly, I don't give it attention. And if I do give it attention, I'm making fun of it. And I go on about my day. Like, even in my viral video, like, I did that escalator video for One Bank Kev on Instagram. And a lot of people in the comments were talking about my back, trying to say I had scoliosis or whatever. or like an alien or something. And I'm like, I don't know. I just trolled people back and they liked it. They were like, oh. They were like, oh, she's not getting mad. I rock with you. Literally. So when you just don't take things seriously, you're winning. Because people expect for you to take things seriously because it's been projected onto us to take things seriously when people say things. I was like, no. Like, I didn't know having a natural arch was so bad, but whatever. I just make a joke out of everything. Literally, if you feel like people are hating on you, that's actually, you can benefit from it. If you have a Kardashian mentality, you benefit from people talking about you. Like how they say bad press is still press. You still have people's name. Like your name is still in people's mouth. They're still promoting you without you even having to do anything. And then, you know, I don't know. We live in a world where we can't expect everybody to like everybody because there's just been so much projections and programming happening in the world that you literally just, it's okay for people to not like you. When you are aware of objectiveness, that also helps you deal with hate better as well, because it's like, okay, you don't know me personally. You're choosing to feel a way about me. You're choosing to put meaning onto whatever you think you're seeing or whatever the case may be. If that makes sense. There is a good reason for that. Why should a girl feel... Okay, I'm sorry. You're a Libra? I'm a Gemini. When's your birthday? And I'm sorry that I'm late to like catching up on everything. Hi, Damien. There is a good reason for that. Why would a girl feel she is deserving of his money? Why does a man feel like he's deserving of her vagina the minute he meets her? If you can answer me that with a logical answer, then maybe we could talk about some. But think about it. Like, let's be completely honest and transparent. When a man meets a woman, unless he is a genuine, kind spirit, and he actually cares to get to know her. We're talking about the standard guy that you might meet at the bar, at Publix, on the street, at the mall. Just a regular standard man, regardless of how much money he has. Because I've been around all different types of men, and I can say majority of them act the same no matter how much money they have. And then you have those ones that are actually genuine. So we're not talking about the genuine guys. We're talking about just the standard man that you'll come across. He meets women. He may or may not. Well, it depends on the situation. If you're at a restaurant, it'll be respectful for him to take care of your bill and everything. He's going to try and talk to you. But, okay. Anyways, you meet a guy. He's talking to you. And if he's proper, he'll ask for your number, not for you to put your number in his phone. He's the one that approached you first. Okay. What is he gonna want from her? What is he gonna want from her when he first meets her? His brain is thinking about vagina. His brain is thinking about vagina. And from your question, obviously his brain isn't on how can I pay her bills or how can I take care of her, right? So if his brain isn't on giving her money, what else can his brain be on? Class, what else can his brain be on? Sex, right? Right? What else is there? If we go off of what he just asked us, class, if the man isn't thinking about giving her money, then what else is he thinking about? Having sex with her. So why should he feel deserving to have sex with her and he just met her and he doesn't even know her? So, and that's a valid question. That is a valid question. You said your birthday is October 2nd. That's my mom's birthday. Happy belated. Yeah, that's literally my mom's B-Day. I texted my mom a little bit after 1 a.m. She was like, you're my first text message of the day. But yeah. Peppa, what? You can't be up here while I'm doing my makeup. No. No. Please don't get sassy with me. But yeah. I don't know if that guy is still in the chat, but that was my question. Why does a woman feel deserving of a man's money? And you know, it's so funny because that question gets asked so many times. And when somebody asks that as well, like, not saying the person that asked it on here, because I don't know you personally, but whenever a guy tries to talk to me or whatever the case may be, and in the midst of conversation, he says something like that, I'm automatically turned off, because when you're around men that are naturally generous and things like that, they don't ask questions like that. Like, there's just certain things that men that are generous, or men that are just kind by nature, or men that are just men by nature, there's just certain things that they just don't say. There's questions that they don't ask, because there's a lot of things they don't care about that a regular person that's wanting to take something from somebody would ask. They just not going to do that. And when you're exposed to that, you can see the difference, because your discernment will be very high. So you'll be able to hear and see and feel the difference when you are around such people. You are so beautiful. Thank you. You said, Tisha, I was distracted. You're so fun. What was the question again? My question was, so somebody asked, what eyeshadow do I want to wear? I'll wear this one like I did yesterday. Somebody asked basically why does a woman feel like she's deserving of a man's money? And so then I was like, why does a man feel like he's deserving of a woman's vagina when he just met her? It's literally the same thing. And then I furthered that question answer, and I was like, because that was asked, that goes to show that most men aren't thinking about giving a woman money. So if they're not thinking about giving a woman money or taking care of her, that means that their focus is on what? Having sex with her. Because what else would be the focus? And as a man, if you want to get to know a woman, you still got to come out of your pocket regardless, because you have to take her out on a date. Like, we're just talking about nature here. In all romantic movies, what is the man doing? He's courting the woman. When we go to prom, what is the guy doing in high school? He's coming to the prom date's house with the flower. He's doing a promposal for the girl, if that's what they end up doing. I had a promposal when I went to prom. I told the guy I wasn't going to prom if I didn't get a promposal. I'm a military brat. People that are in the military, they're men. By nature, men do what? Open the door. By nature, men do what? Take care of the tab. By nature, what do men do? Protect and provide. So either way, you're coming out of your wallet. So if the focus isn't, okay, well, I'm a man, my focus isn't just on having sex. I want to get to know you. Okay, well, getting to know a woman still requires money. I'm so sorry. Actually, I'm not. But regardless, it requires money. It requires investments. It requires effort. That's just... So whenever people ask, why do women feel deserving of a man's money? I just don't think that question... There's nothing logical about that question, because by nature, even if a man is not thinking about having sex with the woman at first, he still has to pull out that wallet to go out with her, regardless. That's a lot. Like, am I wrong? I'm only wrong to people that don't agree. Actually. But yeah. And Sheer 7 has helped me to really like see that. Like, they really finessed women for years thinking that we tripping. And that we shouldn't require basic chivalry. So then they start asking questions to make it seem like we're wrong for thinking about money, but it's like, dude, you got to come out your pocket anyway. Literally. In every romance movie, the man is courting the woman. And I swear I thought, for all the Christians out there, I swear I thought the Bible said that a man that finds a wife finds a good thing. I'm not even Christian no more. But for those out there that are, I swear I thought that's what it was, no? A man that finds a wife finds a good thing. So that's why I say, like, people that ask certain things, it's giving that they're just focused on what they can get out the situation. They don't really like you for real. They don't like you for real. And I think the most disrespectful thing is for a man to cosplay like he likes somebody just to get what he wants. And then you have the nerve to question me about why I think I should get money or whatever the case may be. Or you talking about something, you know how to trick or whatever the case may be, but you trick on your boys. It's just too much commotion. It's just too much. It's too much. And that's when I start telling, like, guys in those moments, I'm like, I don't engage in conversations like that. Because I'm not going to go back and forth over nature. And it just tells me that you just don't like me for real, and you're just focusing on how you can benefit from being around me, but you don't care to make sure that I'm benefiting. Why is your benefits more important than mine? Why is it one-sided? But then you're trying to project that the woman is being one-sided when really it's the man being one-sided, because he's the one that asked that question first. Am I making sense, class? Am I making sense? I pray I'm making sense. Okay. Hi, Jazzy. Did I say 2:30? I did say 2:30. But let's see. Let me check my email. Well, let me see how far this place is right now. Uh-oh. Click, 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 click. Addie. How far is it right now? 35 minutes. Okay. I need to... Let me hurry up. Let me hurry up. It's giving I'm not making it to the bank today. I'm definitely not making it to the bank today. Okay, anyways. I got to catch up to comments. You're making sense. You're right, speaking facts. Thank you. You're serving slave. Thank you. Would you ever provide for a man? Say it was the perfect guy, but he was just broke. A man that's broke needs to focus on not being broke anymore. He shouldn't focus on nothing else but not being broke anymore. Because a man that's broke has a very mean spirit. And again, we're just talking about the standard guy. The standard guy. We're not talking about a guy that's genuine. But even I've met some guys, as a matter of fact, let's talk about it. Because even a girl told me this. A stud and I had a conversation like this. So if a stud is in the same kind of frequency, hold on. Let me make sure my face is straight, and then I'm going to say what I got to say. Okay. I'm not doing too much mascara. Mascara is next. Okay. So basically, if somebody is broke, they're either going to be really mean to who they're dealing with, or they're going to hang out with you. They're going to spend time with you. They'll even have sex with you. But deep down inside, they're going to want to focus on not being broke. They're going to want to focus on elevation. But if you're just throwing yourselves at them and you're throwing your vagina at them, they'll take it. but it doesn't mean they're going to stick around. There's a 50% chance somebody will stick around if you stay with them while they're broke, and there's a 50% chance that they won't stick around. But my question is, why is it projected that we have to stick around people that need to get their life together? Romantically, you can be somebody's friend, but why stick around somebody if they can't give you what you need? It doesn't mean you don't have to be their friend. It doesn't mean you don't have to be there for them. But if we're talking about romantically and somebody honoring your needs, I really think it is, I really think that it's just been projected that we have to care more about somebody else's needs and where they're at in their life, and clouding it in the sense of just being empathetic to their situation. But what about the person that's there? What are your needs? What do you require in your relationships? Why should you compromise yourself just to be empathetic to somebody else in their situation? Why should you have to settle for what you really generally don't want to settle for just so you can look morally correct sticking with someone that's going through something? But then if that person turns around and leaves you after they have it, they're not looked down upon. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? And also, just from what the stud shared with me and just guys in general, they'll take advantage of whatever is being thrown at them. But at some point, they're not going to be in tune that long because they focus is on making sure that they're not in the same situation, because they actually care to evolve and elevate. And I just think that people are able to evolve and elevate better when they don't have any distractions. That's just my theory, and also me just paying attention and just having conversations with people. Oh, geez. I hate when my eyes start watering. I hate that. Do, 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 do. But yeah, does that make sense? I'll be friends with somebody if they're broke, but I'm not compromising my needs because they're broke. And I just think there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with not compromising your needs because of where you're at in your life because of somebody else. You can still be there for them. You can still be in their life as a friend, but it doesn't mean you have to compromise yourself to be in their life if you're not receiving what you need. So, yeah, that's my take on that. If somebody is broke, you can be their friend, but if you are compromising your needs for them just for the sake of being morally correct, whose morals are we going off of? Yours or whatever was told to you? You know? Anyways. Jazzy, I appreciate you so much. The problem is focusing on all this stuff and have this viewpoint of how things work. You know, at the end of the day, things have to be balanced, and things are not balanced if somebody's receiving more than the other person. And that's just what it is. I'm not desperate to be in a relationship so bad just to say I got somebody, or just because I'm getting temporary fulfillment for 15 minutes to an hour, if you know what I'm saying. It's never that deep. It's never that deep. Balance is important. Balance is important. And honestly, all this stuff, like people saying times are so different now because women. I don't know. Everybody should just listen to Fabulous and Rick Ross. Oh no, my mascara under my eye. Oh, I hate when this happens. I'm sorry y'all can't see me right now. I'm trying to fix my mascara under my eye. Jeez. This happened to me yesterday. I'm like, oh my gosh, stop. It's so annoying when you're doing like your makeup, especially your eye makeup, and the mascara just starts doing too much. It's like, hey, like, relax. Chill. Please. Not too much, not too much. Not too much, not too much. Okay. Because I'm not wearing under eyeliner, I guess I can make this a little bit darker. I guess, yeah. Just so that it can look a little bit dark. Boom. You said it's been a long time since I've seen you. You love me, I love you. Yeah, I've been outside, you guys. Oh my gosh, my eye is bothering me. I hate that. I hate that. Eye makeup is so aggy. Literally. Eye makeup is like, I love it, but I don't, because it just be doing too much. And it's like, geez, like, relax. Freaking relax. Like, stop. Like, stop hurting. But yeah, whenever I get up off the streets, y'all, just know that that person has kept every word he has ever said, and his actions are the best actions in the world. Okay. And it's funny because men and stuff, like real people, they actually respect and value people that respect themselves. That's what's crazy. Like I said, they'll just say whatever to make people feel bad just so that they can see how easily they can get away with something. And it's like, nope. Nope. And it's funny because all the questions I've asked, I haven't had any answers back in regards to, like, you know, what I asked earlier. If a man isn't focused on giving a man, if a man isn't focused on giving a woman money, then what is he focused on? Having sex with her. And then if you try to say, well, I don't want to just have sex with her, I want to get to know her. Okay, well, if she says she wasn't having sex with you while getting to know you, are you going to stay or are you going to leave? Are you going to stick around her but still have sex with somebody else because she's not having sex with you? Either way, it's going to boil down to sex. Unless the guy just has self-control and he, again, is genuine and he's not trying to do all that. But whatever. Y'all, this mascara is really, like, effing with my eye right now. Or maybe I just have an eyelash caught. I have long eyelashes naturally. So, uh-oh. It's like, is that hair right there? Or is that an eyelash? I don't know. I don't know, but I really just wish that my eye would just be normal. Girl problems, girl problems. But yeah. Moral of the story, live life, be pretty, honor yourself always, pay attention to somebody's actions over their words. And if a man is asking you questions to try to make you feel bad for desiring more than just penis, then he doesn't like you for real. And just move on. And he's just focusing on himself and being lazy. And he wants to just trick on his boys. So let him trick on his boys. Let the boys have the tricks. And you focus on the man that want to take care of you. Genuinely. Genuinely. And I am going to remain single until I come across the one that is genuine with me. So yeah. And take that as you will. But I think I asked the right questions today. And maybe I'll get answers to those questions. But so far I haven't. So clearly I'm asking the right questions, right? This stuff right here, I'm going to say this every time I do my makeup on live. That one right there is going to be the one every time. And I really pray that my eye gets better because I have to drive and I'm not trying to drive and suffer. It's giving driving and suffering. Literally, it's giving driving and suffering. What are they talking about? I wonder if I call, will it answer? Oh. So texting wasn't it? Oh, wow. Okay. I really don't like wasting my time. I don't desire to drive all the way out here. I really don't. And there's traffic. Okay. Let's see. My eye hurts. There's traffic to go all the way on the other side of town. What time would I get there if I leave right now? Okay. We're just gonna see. But thank you guys so much for staying until the end. If you did, make sure that you guys subscribe and join the family if you haven't already. I'll make sure to get on later. I appreciate you guys for just hearing my little TED talk and everything I said. If any of my questions resonated with you, ask the right questions. You have to really like ask people the right questions, because a lot of times people will just say things just to say it. And then when you have a returning question that's logical, if they don't have a response, that means that what they were saying doesn't make any sense because they're just focusing on their benefit and not yours. Okay. Oh, wait, I got to do my lip liner. I'm tripping. That's like the final look. Let's see. I bought a new one. Bought a new one. Did I open it? I guess I didn't. Oh no. Okay, I'll just use this one then. Or is it this one? Nope. Is it this one? Nope. All right. I gotta take the plastic off of these. But I'm lazy. So I'm not gonna do that. Anyways, I pray that you guys have an amazing day. I don't know what you guys have planned for today, but if it's sunny wherever you guys are, make sure you enjoy the sun. Enjoy this beautiful weather while we have it, because the way that cold front snuck in on us ATLians, I'm over here like, what is this? What is this? Because the way that it rained majority of the summer needs to be studied. They was literally like making it rain with that weather machine. It was crazy. Crazy. But yes, no. I love you guys very, 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 very much. You guys are awesome. And all is well. And well, it's amazing. You guys have a very prosperous, abundant Monday. And until next time.